What's good? All right. Another great trill. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Wait for some cats to come on. Yeah. AJ throws a hissy fit. Chef Boy ID, what's good? Fahim Sator. Let me shoot at you. I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna shoot at you today. Brothers UK, what's going on, man? Nino Brown's boxing, DMV in the building. East Coast is tearing it up. The East Coast is tearing it up. From DC to Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York, y'all doing your thing. Yes, let's get Tevin Farmer out there. Let's get Tevin Farmer out there to the DMV. Take that $5 million Eddie, lion ass Eddie Hearn shot at him. What's going on? Dog, the DMV got some fighters, man. They got some fighters. Philadelphia got some fighters. Love East Coast boxing. What's going and music? That's why I don't rock with Tupac. I rock with the Wu-Tang. What's going on, Cypher Supreme TV? Right Hook, what's good? Mike Biggs Boxing, what's going on, man? Big Dose, what's happening? Man, we got to figure out the next TV show we gonna talk about, man. J Bird 904 says sick as hell out here. Mass, what's up, J Bird? I'm sorry, man, you sick. Go on, my man. What's good? Perfection. J Dog in the building. Belts, what's good, man? What's good? King Joppy Joe, what's good, man? Beverly Rose, my lady, how are you? Good to see you being consistent out there, putting the videos out. That's what's up. Dead Game Boxing, what's good? Rick Shaw, salute. Derek McKee, salute, what's good? Albertas, what's happening? Boxing and Barbecue, what's up? You back? Phone been broke, couldn't comment. Hey, man, we're happy to have you back. Not Raji, Iceberg Nerd, what's good, man? My Patreon. My Patreon, what's good? Gravy Davy in the building. Justin Marsh, always, man. I don't know why. Justin Marsh. God, dope. I've been trying to, every time I dedicate a video to cats that support on the regular, dog, I'm like, there's somebody I want to get. And it's who I want to get is my man, Justin Marsh. What's good, Jay Good, the perfection. Big Dawg said, yeah, the boys in Yellowstone is cold. Okay, I'll check it out. Richard Smith says, salute for nine. Shout out to you and the entire LDBC. Yes, sir. Magnum Opus Warring Arts. We here. What's good, man? Not Raja. AJ digging his grave. Hey, Andy Ruiz dug the boy's grave trying to go out there to Saudi Arabia. I believe that shit when I see it. Aunt B. Brown, salute for nine and all the brothers and the sisters of the mighty Lions Den boxing community. Absolutely, man. And let's make this Lions Den boxing community grow. Because the more it grows, the less I have to deal with trolls. Grows trolls. That don't really rhyme. But the more it grows, the less I got to deal with trolls. What's good? Macadon 1. Dark Truth. Smash that like button. Yes, sir. By the way, man, shout out to the UK out there, man. Deacon Dollars. Schmitty Smith. J. Cole. Amanda Wright, salute to Fanon and the entire LDBC. Yes, sir. All right, let's get it. Utah in the house, Mark Wunderlich. What's going on, Mark Wunderlich? What's going on, LaShawn? We're just letting people roll in real quick, man, then we'll get it going. I just took a screenshot of it. That's what's up, man. Just send me on my email with it, man. We'll check it out. I'm about to schedule this week. I'm going to schedule the first Patreon live stream, man. Woolbag, something different about AJ, man. Look, AJ, all right, first, man, that dude is what you call lives in a bubble, and he believes your supporters. Somebody got my email. Woolbag, my email's right here. Let me get it to you. A-H. Here you go. And here we go. All right, there you go. He said you can do a live on Patreon and learn something. Yeah, you can. I think you got to do it through a different streaming service and put it up on Patreon. Yeah, and go through Patreon. Yeah. I haven't done it yet. Still got to work it out, but the option is there when you do it. All right, man. So let's get into this. All right, so Lennox Lewis is insulted by Anthony Joshua, who calls him a clown. A clown. A clown. This dude is probably the second greatest living heavyweight. The second greatest heavyweight alive. In my opinion, the second greatest heavyweight alive. Somebody let me know who the first is. But I don't think y'all can guess who I think the first is. But Lennox Lewis is the second greatest heavyweight currently living, right? Which, in my opinion, makes him the second greatest fighter that's heart still beating. You know what I mean? Nah, not George Foreman. Close, not Evander. Nope. Y'all ain't going to like it. Nope, not Holyfield, none of them. Nope. I'll put it this way. The dude, not Wilder either. There you go, Harold Jones. Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes is the greatest heavyweight living, currently living. Ken Norton passed away, man. Ernie Shavers, no. Larry Holmes. After Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis is the greatest heavyweight living. The greatest heavyweight. Joe Louis ain't alive, man. It's living. Okay? You got heart got to be beaten. That's what I'm talking about. Tom Spatz. Yeah, it's Tom Spatz. Who is the greatest of all time as a heavyweight in your opinion? It's Ali. It's Ali. Ali or Joe Louis or Jack. I mean, you can make an argument between Ali, Joe Louis, and Jack Johnson. Some people say that, what's that other cat's name? Ken Norton died, man. Daryl Jones said, I will forever hate Holmes for beating up Ali. He didn't hurt him as bad as he could have. But hey, man, he helped him get paid, man. What you supposed to do? Anyway, so on to the thing that was most important, though. Lennox, no, hell no, man. Hell no. Man, Larry Holmes. Anyway, David Toole, you bugging, dog. Remind me again, how many times did AJ get knocked down before he quit? 4 times. He got his ass knocked down 4 times. Let me tell you, in one round, Anthony Joshua got knocked down more times in one round than Lennox Lewis got knocked down in his whole career. In one round. Oh, and just to correct something that Black Fight Fan TV said, Larry Holmes, Klitschko wasn't the first person to knock him down. Dirty Dillian knocked him down. Didn't Dirty Dillian knock AJ down? Dillian Whyte, the GOAT. Dillian Whyte, the juke. Microdosing Dillian Whyte. We're going to get into microdosing Dillian Whyte. Okay? No, he did not? Okay, then all right, I stand corrected. Dillian knocked him down in the amateurs. Okay. I thought Dillian knocked him down in his fight. Dillian didn't knock him down in the fight that they had? He only wobbled him? Oh, okay, there you go. So I stand corrected. Thanks. Black was right. Dillian microdosing. Dillian the microdoser. There's an article on my Twitter that I forward from Boxing Insider that talks about the microdosing and how he could test those. You got to break the D-ball up and take little bits at a time so they can get to half-life. So it's got a really short half-life. Every 3 to 5 hours, the amount drops in half. So you take a little bit every like 12 hours. That shit will be out of your system in 3. That shit could be so you do it during the middle of the night when they ain't coming to get you, because you do have the right to sleep. You know what I mean? Dillian the dope fiend doing dope. Heard him. Anyway, yeah, he heard him. Thanks, man. Thank you for the correction. Then Black Fight Fan is right. Because I thought that he had gotten knocked down. Regardless, what I meant to say is, I ain't leaving Dillian alone for nothing. Y'all got to remember this boy been doping. Okay? You must remember that he's been doping. Okay? You got to remember there's no valid heavyweights over there in Matchroom at all. Devin Dudley. Vada trying to wake fools up in the middle of the night. Hey, man. Hey, UCAD does it, though. UCAD don't be waking up people. For none, that's what Whyte meant by 1 in a million chance of testing positive. There you go. It's like, man, it's like 1 in a million chance, right? Because you had your shit because D-ball, which is a form of testosterone, only lasts in your. It has a half-life of about 3 hours. And every 3 hours, the amount in your system drops by half. So if you start with barely detectable dose, in 3 hours, in 6 hours, it's completely undetectable. It's completely undetectable. And that's why the sum of the tests from the same time frame would have come out unpositive. That's the Silicon Valley drug test, because they be drug testing them. You know, them Silicon Valley cats, they real smart. They know how to get over on you. AJ, Philip Butt. AJ is chinny and mentally fragile. He'll lose to Wilder in 2, and Fury would make him look stupid. Ruiz should KO him. I'm going to tell you something, though. I used to think that would be an easy fight for Tyson Fury. I don't think it would be. Tyson Fury can't punch, and he got a fucked up chin. That's not necessarily a good fight for Tyson Fury, because Anthony Joshua is somewhat athletic. Damn, boom, damn. You say damn. Salute, OG. Appreciate you sticking up for me yesterday. You showed me so much love, and all the other brothers. If anyone talks reckless about you, they talking about me. I got your back, same way you got mine. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Yeah, man. Much love in that super chat. Oh no, Joseph. Oh no, you are not getting fucked with upon this channel, dog. That is a immediate ad moderator, by the way. Sorry, I meant to do that yesterday. Yes, you were in the blue. Look, man, and I ain't got too many, but dog, you come. I appreciate you, man. I greatly appreciate you. L Fighter, I think AJ would walk him down. Yeah, that's what I think. There's a chance of that, man. There's a significant chance of that because AJ can counterpunch. AJ will punch with you, and he can. And if he catches, and I'll tell you this for sure. If he catches Tyson Fury's going down. If he catches Tyson Fury's going down. So, and he's tall enough to get to him. I don't know if that's really that good a fight for Tyson Fury. For now, Fury getting knocked out as soon as somebody stays in his chest. Yeah. And goes to his body. If they go to his body, dude, that dude is in trouble, man. He's too chinny. He's chinny. AJ ain't done, just wasn't ready for the first fight. He ain't gonna beat Andy Ruiz again unless they have it over there in Abu Dhabi. If he don't go over there to some funny ass place, dog, he ain't beat. Styles make fighters, man. Styles win fights. That's not a good style for him, man. Not a guy that's gonna go to the body that's that active, and because they're chinny. There's a reason Fury never went to get this belts back, man. Yeah, it got against chinny. Felix Nunez in the building. What's good, my man? Who got deleted? What message got deleted? I want to start a fight today. For now, Fury took Wilder's best punch, got up and schooled Wilder in the 12th. What you talking about? You mean what I'm talking about is his ass laying out like this. What the fuck you talking about? He got up and schooled him. He survived. He threw some punches and survived for the last 30 seconds of the fight. He got dropped 3 times. 3, not 2, 3. He hit the canvas 3 times. Jack Reese called one a slip. The other 2, he got knocked down. He got knocked down every time he got touched. When you find somebody flat on their fucking back like this with their eyes closed, you got knocked down. That's what I'm talking about, man. Stop with this crap, dude. But don't time people out for saying stuff like that. I don't mind insulting him. Because you know what happened. You know every time that. And why didn't he take the rematch? Because he's going to get hit again. The next guy that hits, and I'm telling you, the next guy that hits Tyson Fury flush on the chin is going to knock Tyson Fury down again. And Deontay Wilder hits him like that again at 223 pounds. He's not getting up. Deontay Wilder walking around 50 pounds lighter than him. Dog, that's why he ducked the rematch. He schooled him. He ran from him. That's what he did. Jack Reese has some smelling salt in his hand, screaming, "Wake up! Wake up! Get out of here, man." You tripping. Has anyone else dropped Tyson Fury? Yes. A cruiserweight named Steve USS Cunningham. Steve USS Cunningham dropped him. And Tyson Fury cheated to win the fight. Cuffed him on the side of the head, cuffed him, pushed his head to the side, cover up his hand, and punched, and then took his hand off and punched him and knocked him out. G-Dub, I agree. For now, usually boxers that move like Tyson Fury usually box that way to keep you from that fragile-ass chin. Yeah, dog, he's got a fragile-ass chin. And he's tall. Those really tall dudes got funny chins, man. Okay, really tall dudes, there's something about your center of gravity being at 6 feet. You know, you have his center of gravity being at 5'8" above the ground, dog. Those tall dudes got funny-ass chins, period. Honestly, man, Deontay Wilder is an exception. To be that tall and have a good chin, that's pretty unique. Because there's not everybody else that is like guys that are 6'6" and above. That's a funny ass chin, dude. Oh, he said Cunningham and Pajek. Yeah, I didn't know about that one, Con. What's good, what's going on, guys? Boxing Corner. Wilder made Fury's chin worse than it already is. Yeah, you don't recover that. And took his courage away from it. Mr. J Dub, though, I don't know if I hit that. Going for you, my man. Thank you. Much love in that super chat. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel, man. Wilder, if Mansa Sheikh Zulu, if Wilder was so anxious to touch Fury, he would have gotten him sooner. If Wilder was not so anxious to touch Fury, he would have got to him sooner. Yeah, if he would have went to the body, he'd get to him. If he went to the body, he'd get to him. Because, dude, I have to believe that a body shot, a right hook, a hard right hook to the rib cage from Deontay Wilder is not going to feel nice. And that's going to hit that dude in his body. But, you know, Tyson Fury can fight now. I'm not going to say Tyson Fury ain't no bum. Plus, Fury saw the Wilder put on weight for that next fight. Yeah, dude just came in. He was sick, came in a little small. Dog, no, it's just, look, man, I ain't on Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury has proved himself. Tyson Fury has proven that he does not deserve to be, you know, he don't deserve a lot of credit right now. Otto Wallen, Tom Schwartz, and Otto Wallen. And watch, Otto Wallen is going to come in at 270. Mark my words. That dude's going to come in somewhere around between 265, between 260 and 270. Because I saw his face. I saw his face on the interview. Nah, that dude put on weight, man. Oton Grant, my man, double triple OG. Salute for 9. Among and the Don. Always good to hear the real and the trill from the LDBC. Yes, sir. Hey, man, and thank you for keeping it in-house. Let's keep it in-house. Skill says Fury uses his lip to protect that chin. Yes, sir, Skill. Skill is cuz. Yes, he did. And thank y'all for keeping it in-house. Really appreciate it, man. Because I'm keeping everything in-house now. In the LDBC house. Because there's so many. Oh, my God, man. These dudes are ridiculous, man. These dudes are ridiculous, man. The community is good as is. What's going on? Maggie said, thank you for your Texas move. Hey, man, I love Texas. I love Texas, dude. Love it. Love all these 100-degree days. Because I'm like, whoo, shit, it is hot. Oh, it's hot, but guess what? It ain't cold. I can put my old granddaddy hat on, big-ass hat, put my sunglasses on, and bust out. That cold is deadly. I love Texas. Triple D, Texas. Good morning, Fanon. Salute coming from Dallas, Texas. Ring that bell. Yes, sir. We ring the bell on demand. Thank you, sir. It stands for Lions Den Boxing Community. It is a bunch of boxing fans. A bunch of boxing fans and content producers that talk about the sport of boxing with one another. Okay, that's what it is. It is not just black boxing fans, but we are definitely fans of black boxers. That's what it stands for. The Lions Den boxing community. Because if you get your ass in here, you just might get chewed up. Okay? If you ain't for real, you're going to get dealt with. Fire show yesterday. Nah, thank you, man. It was cool. It was cool. You know, but cats don't like when I do that. You know what I mean? Your mom's gangbang? Nah, dude, I didn't go. I wasn't interested in your mom's gangbang. I heard the shit stinks. You know what I mean? Like if she need to get some Summer's Eve. Tell that broad to get some Summer's Eve. You know what I mean? If she can't afford to buy some Summer's Eve, just get some, you know, some vinegar or some shit. You know, some white vinegar, some diluted white vinegar, and it'll take care of it. You know, but plus I ain't really big into following a bunch of dudes. Okay. You know what I mean? Like if it was like, you know, one dude on Monday and then one dude on Thursday, I mean, I might be able to do it after a couple days pass, you know, something like that. But just be in a room with her, standing behind all those dudes, dog, that ain't that's not my style, homie. I'm not big into that. I never understood how cats could do that to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, number one, she ain't that pretty. Number two, it's like you standing in the room with a bunch of dudes, all with their Johnsons, you're all exposed, and you feel like you saying, hey, man, you know, it's not big. I don't like that shit. So no. I didn't show up. But I did. But I did put 50 on it, just so you know. I did do a Cash App, drop 50 on it. You know what I mean? You know, so everybody else could have a good time. And that was with the $10 tip. All right. Been hearing this rumor that Eddie trying to offer Tank Davis $5 million to fight Farmer. Have you heard anything about it? Yes, sir. I have heard about it. I got a video coming out about it later today. Yeah, I have heard about it. I mean, you know, that's a good way to shut the fight down. That's a good way. What's going on, Syndicate J? That's a good way to shut the fight down. First of all, look, man, you're talking about offering Floyd Mayweather $5 million to do something he don't want to do. The boy got an $18 million watch on. What is $5 million to Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Floyd is going to be like $5 million. Dog. He got that in cash sitting on his bed when he wants to get ignorant. So it's just not going to work, man. That $5 million offer is not going to impress Floyd enough for Floyd to sign off on that fight. It's just not going to work. You acting big. That's like peanuts to the guy who's like, no, I'm trying to get, because he's looking long game. He's like, look, I'm trying to get this dude to be on a pay-per-view so we can make 50. Why would I want to make, we were trying to get a pool of 50. Why would I take 5 for that? I'm talking about Floyd. I ain't talking about Germonta. Yeah, it's that shit sitting on his, we got $5 million sitting on his bed. You know, then why are they offering Tevin $2 million? I'll tell you why they offering Tevin $2 million. Because if Tevin Farmer don't take $2 million, he's a fool. Says Tevin Farmer ain't Gervonta Davis. Hell yeah, Lennox is an all-time. Yeah, Lennox out of line. Lennox ain't out. Why do you think Lennox is out of line? Anyway, Fanon got me at work hollering over here. Hey, man, don't be bringing conversations about your mama in stuff like that. Just stop. Okay? Oh, Tunnel Vision said Fanon Farmer turned down an offer to face Tank on pay-per-view Showtime. I know he did. Because he's getting paid for fighting every other week against guys that ain't got no shot to beat him. Tevin Farmer's fighting like every other week. How many fights has Tevin Farmer had this year? Like 12? Like every other week, Tevin Farmer's in a fight against somebody that ain't got no chance to beat him. That's easy money. You just gonna, oh no, I'm gonna take, yeah, that fight will be there because, you fought 3 times this year? You sure? Just 3? You sure he's on? Let me see something, man. In the last 12 months, I'll say last 12 months, because this is August, right? So let's see, Tevin Farmer. Let me see this, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Tevin Farmer, box track. I like Tevin Farmer, though. He just can't punch. And he's going to get destroyed. But, man, that's going to be ugly. Ugly. All right, so what's today? Today is 8/15. Okay, so let's go to the beginning of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 fights inside of 12 months. Like I said, it's every other month. He's fought 5 times in the last 12 months. That dude is like fighting every other month. He's fighting every other month. So he figures, oh, really? I got to give me another 5-fight deal. I'll get that shit done in a year. You know what I mean? He's going to have 2. Dude, he won the belt against Billy Did. When was the first fight? Yeah. Since 8-3. And oh, by the way, in the next time he fights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times in the last 12 months. In the calendar year, the last 12 months, 5 times. Last 12 months, 5 times in the last 12 months. Farmer got legit skills, but he's going to step up. But he's got to step up to that next level. Hey, skill sets, cuz I think he is at that next level. I mean, he's at, well, no, because he's not at the Miguel Burchell level. Like, yeah, like he's fighting them UKB fighters, man. He's fighting UKB level fighters right now. So, yeah, UKB level fighters. I will say, do you honestly think Tank beats Lomachenko? I don't know. Who gets beaten worse, Farmer against Tank or Fury versus Wilder? Farmer. Because Farmer going to get beat up. Tyson Fury more than likely is just going to get unconscious. Like something's going to land and it's going to be a wrap on you, dude. And there's nothing tricky now with Wilder. Wilder knows what he's preparing for. He's like, oh, this is what this dude likes to do. Because Tyson Fury is rinse and repeat. It's not like he's changing shit. If he sits up on the rope trying to do that shit against Deontay Wilder, man, hit that dude dead in his hips. Bah! Oh, shit. Yeah, hit that big motherfucker up in his hips. See how much... Get in his chest, hit that dude 12, 13 times in the hips. Let's see how them legs start to moving. But Tyson Fury's credit, when he gets hurt, he does throw punches. Only Farmer could punch harder than he would have a chance against Tank. Yeah, but I don't know if he'll hit Tank. Dog, Tank's defense is nasty. His offense to defense, or his defense to offense is ugly. You in the middle of letting your hands go and bow. He slip, bow. I like that dude. What's going on, BFTB Boxing? BFTB Boxing. My dude, what's good, man? Tank is good. Yeah, man. Seriously, man. Tank's one of my top fighters in boxing. Tank going to ruin Farmer. Yeah, man. That ain't no real. Nah, dog. Nah. Philly going to take an L on that. See, Tank is going to repay Philadelphia for what J-Rock did to Hearn. Okay? That's going to even up the Philly. That's going to even up the Philly Baltimore shit. That's going to even. They're going to be even Steven after that. Because J-Rock snatched Jared Heard's belts and to unify. Took his unified belts, and then Tank is going to just mop that boy for that IBF. And that's good. He'll be able to keep the IBF because it won't be that rehydration thing. Big Dog Willie said D. White gets secondhand everything from Matchroom, secondhand steroids, secondhand lawyers, secondhand haircuts. Dog, for real, I'm going to say this, and I'm black folk, and I got nappy hair, okay? My hair is gone, but when my hair was here, it was easy to be peasy. I was easy peasy. And let me tell you, dog, as nappy as my hair was, my eyes hurt looking at that dude. His shit is so rough, he can't even get a fade. Like, damn, his hair, he can't even get a fade. Like, it is impossible to blend his shit. That is Mother Africa at its finest. That motherfucking hair is like, his head be beating the shit out them clippers, dog. That's why that's why his hair be looking like that. Dog, BFTB was going in on that dude. I was like, look, dog, for real. It's just real hard on the clippers. Like my shit is like, my mama used to have to hold my head and she'd be like, rah, 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 rah. You know what I mean? You ever heard that song? Because back, you ever heard that? The BDBs, my shit used to be rah, rah, rah. His shit does clippers like that. His clippers be like, damn, dog. Your shit is matted. You got to wash your hair, put some roots and berries in that shit, blow it out, then get your hair cut. His shit is hey, dog. His shit is tight. Oh, I was happy to be nappy. Hey, dog, it has its aim. I ain't got no problem with it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I was nappy-headed my whole life. Tight. My shit is like, you know what I mean? Like rice pea shit. Like you can barely see through the curls. But Dillian, whoo-wee. I know Dillian is mad at the comb, dog, because it ain't life. It ain't fair in life, dog. It ain't fair, okay? Let me tell you, life ain't fair. It ain't fair that you have to accommodate yourself to styles that don't necessarily work with your body. You know what I mean? Like black women. Black women got to do all kind of stuff to their hair, dude, to go to work and be like, damn, like why do they have to like perm their hair out and tie all kind of stuff just so their hair will look professional, right? So that's tough. Now, the same thing applies. Like Dillian Whyte, if he was living out there in the wild like the true lichens, he wouldn't have to comb his hair. Nobody would care. Because his shit ain't supposed to be combed. His shit's supposed to be chopped off with an axe. No, I'm serious. I'm clowning, dog. But seriously, man, I ain't met too many people said not all black women. Yeah, there's some black women that can pull their hair straight, get their hair back in buns and all that stuff. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that, don't touch my hair. I just got my hair done. Don't touch my hair. Come on, man. That's torture, dog. You got to spend 6 hours in there to get your shit right. No. Or get your shit the way people want your shit to be. No. It's hot as hell in Texas. Oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah, he said, yeah, he need that one against the grain. Dude, seriously? Oh, yeah. Dude, really, he just needs to keep it just... I don't know. Oh, say your wife has dreads? Yeah. But then they get on that. Like, well, actually, they locks. She got locks. But, whatever, man. I'm really just clowning them. Because I don't like them. Honestly. There's great barbers out there that could work with him. Who you got? Teofimo Lopez or Comey? Teofimo by robbery. Teofimo by robbery. Oh, so my wife is okay. Salute, you think you got Teo? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. Mansa Shaka Zulu said, I hate when people say no all when you're speaking in general. Not all? Yeah, I mean, I'm speaking in general, clearly. Kidding me? I love our hair. That's what's up. I love it too. That shit, the heat just escapes. But I don't have any hair anymore. So it is what I'm talking about yesteryears. My shit gone. My shit gone. Yes, sir. It is beautiful. Absolutely. God made it. I mean, how do you see Wilder Ortiz 2 going? I think it might go late. I think it goes the same way it went the first time. I think it goes the first way the second. First of all, Luis Ortiz was lucky. He got lucky. He got lucky like that first knockdown happened at the end of the round. And then Deontay Wilder got a little over anxious and got hurt, but then he went right back to it. Dog, when you hit like that, dude, it's always ugly, dude. It's always ugly. It's always a chance. Ladies like balding men. You know what women like? What I find? Women like things, at least the women that I've had experience with. Women like men that ain't sloppy. in what they do. Now, money is one thing, but no, just not sloppy. You know what I mean? Like don't dress sloppy, don't smell sloppy, your breath shouldn't smell sloppy. You know what I mean? Your skin shouldn't be ashy. Your pockets shouldn't be broke. You shouldn't be walking around lazy. You know what I mean? Like you should be something like unless you are somebody that believes in yourself and like you do all these things like you do. I mean, that's people do be smelling sloppy. You smell dank. Like I'm like I walk by this dude in the gas station. And man, I had to take a step back like, dude, you fucking stink. You have an unpleasant smell about yourself. Okay? Like, we ain't dogs, but we know what you've been doing based on how you smell. If you smell like ass, you've been sitting around the fucking house and you ain't washed your ass. Okay? You smell. Everybody got an ass. We all know what it smells like. You smell like ass. Okay? I know you got one. I don't want to smell it. Like you trying to convince me you got an ass. So it's like, oh, we're just gonna make everybody in the room smell it. Dude, wash your ass. That's number one. Confidence is something, but see, confidence is, look, here's confidence. Confidence is hard for me to put my finger on. Okay? Confidence is something that's hard to, I think that's an internal feeling, and that can be, this way that I approach it. I have to be taking care of myself, right? And I have to take care of myself, okay? If I'm fat and sloppy, like I got fat and sloppy. I ain't gonna lie. Last year, I got fat and sloppy. Like we came to this new house. I got a new house. We moved into a new house. We got a full body length mirror, dog. You trying to confuse me? What you about? Confidence is it's internal. But look, man, I got a full-length mirror. I was taking a shower. I turned around and looked at the full-length mirror, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I looked at it like, shit, I didn't know that I looked like that. I mean, I thought I had a little tummy, but damn, no, this shit's got to change. And I told my wife, I was like, damn, babe, I don't look good. And she's like, oh, you fine. I was like, nah, you lying to me. That shit don't know. So I start lifting, not for her, but for me, because I don't want to look like that. Okay. I will take care of my business on my job because I don't want to be broke. Okay. If you take care of yourself first and you love yourself, then other people will see that you love yourself and they will want to be around something that is generating positivity, right? If you hating on somebody else, that's because you don't feel good about yourself. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be around somebody that don't like themselves. And if you ain't taking care of yourself, you ain't never going to take care of nobody else. You know what I mean? The number one law in all of nature is self-preservation. And your nasty ass ain't preserving yourself. Why would anybody want to be around you? Preserve yourself. Take care of your business. Take care of your business, okay? And I'm not saying that I've always taken care of my business all the time. No, dude, but I am constantly striving to be better at taking care of my business. Take care of your business, right? You got a stank-ass kitchen with dishes in it. Get your ass up and wash the fucking kitchen. Clean the kitchen. Clean the dishes in the kitchen. There should be productive, be constructive, and then you're going to find somebody that's want to be around you. That's not difficult. You know, same thing for women. Do you want to be around a woman who is just grimy? And there's plenty of grimy ass women. Like, dude, for real? Will you get that shit out of the food? You sit down at the restroom and you see all kind of like in the trash can, because women tend to use more. Women tend to use more personal products than men, like tissue and all of that. Because they got their stuff that's happening with their bodies on a monthly basis, right? Until you get to a certain age. Dog, can you find a garbage can to take that little red thing to and shut so I don't have to see that while I'm sitting down here? We got to find for not a lady. You fucking kidding me? I got my lady. That's my lady right there. That's my boo-boo. I'm sorry, I don't want to use it. That's my baby right there. Okay, and that's me when I had hair, just so you know. That's me. That's when my hair started to go, early 30s. But that's my wife right there. I got a lady now. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. You said you got to find him a lady. No, I'm good. I am straight on the lady tip. All right, and I don't need no extra. Just telling you, and I don't need no extra. And what you ever grab a beer with Eddie Hearns? No. I would not have a beer with Eddie Hearn. I wouldn't hold a conversation with him. For what? The dude's a snake. No, I got better things. You know who I hang out with? I'll kick it with St. Cruising. You know what I mean? Oh, you look like a young Vin Diesel. I wish I could get them built like that, dude. You're right. You don't need extra women. Stay happy. Yeah, I'm straight. Now, I might not mind borrowing one on occasion. Just kidding. You know, just kidding. Beer in Fort Worth is horrible. That's funny. Where'd that come from? Jay Bibble, salute to the Don. Salute to you, man. But let's get back on this boxing. Nah, life, love. Yeah, I don't need an extra one. I'm straight. I got all that I can handle right now. I definitely don't need to have extra drama. Gotta have that side piece. No, side pieces are overrated, dude. Side pieces are like skipping class to me. Yeah, so I drink some. What's up? I will. That's what's up, St. Cruz. Yeah, like, no, dude. Side pieces are like skipping school. You feel good while you're doing it, but then you got homework to do later. That shit piles up on you. No, thank you. I'm straight. Okay. I've had my experience with the side chicks. Okay, not in my marriage. But I plead the fifth on that. However, I used to date 2-3 chicks at a time, like constantly. That's just, you got to sit there and remember their names. Like, you got to be like, oh, I got to call her beautiful so I don't fuck the name up. You know, like you be sitting there like talking, you be like, don't say Cindy. Don't say Cindy. Don't say Cindy. This is Lisa. This is Lisa. This is not Cindy. This is not Cindy. This is Lisa. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember that shit. That's work. Like, I don't want to do that, dude. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to be like getting up and be like, okay, yeah, can I take a shower? And she'd be like, why are you always taking a shower after you leave? Like, pissed, like, because you can't say, oh, because I don't want this chick to smell you on me. You know, that shit just, nah. That shit's ego, man. Like, say, Stefano Martinez, yeah, man, yeah. And much love in that super chat. And Bert from Artican said, I was wild. Yeah, I was wild, dude. I was wild. Like, I was wild, dude. But for real, it was really kind of insecurity, too, to do that. Like, I don't need that, man. I don't need that, dude. Like, the worst I'll do now is I'll go to a treadmill at the gym and look. I'll just look. Bruh, please don't have ants. Fanon crash. What do you say? Bruh, please don't have ants. Fanon crash the stream. What you talking about? What you talking about? What, Tomcat? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Fuck is wrong with you? What? I'm from the 90s. I ain't into that, homie. Okay? Shit. No, thank you. Okay? No, I'm very traditional, homie. I don't need nobody by my backside. Don't thank you. Anyway, I'm straight. DeMarcus Cousins out for the season. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oops, what happened? That was Ticket TV. I got my Ticket TV deals. Money said, hey, is Barbershop Conversation part of the LDBC? You got to ask Barbershop Conversations. He's definitely affiliated with it. Mrs. Fanon, autocorrect. Us, okay. See how the super chat. Hey, man, Kel Supreme, much love in that super chat. Anyway, man, if you want to find a chick that likes you. Okay, not everybody is for everybody. Find somebody that likes you. Take care of your business. Okay, take care of your business, because if you don't take care of yourself, dog, the shit's gonna fall apart in the end. Always some soft dude coming here. Yeah, man, like, fuck. Stop. Okay, first of all, I don't want to know. Okay, if you out there licking booty, that's on you, dude. Keep your booty shit to yourself. Come on, man, do you? But don't tell me about it. Okay, I don't need to hear that. I ain't telling you my shit. Hey, there's a wall. Okay, act like I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Stop asking questions about drama. Be men. Yeah, man, you creating me. Adam M. Dog, I ain't talking about nobody. Please don't spread drama. I have no issues with anybody. I have no issues with anybody that I air anywhere other. No. Matter of fact, let me say no. That was not. No. I see Porter picked his sparring partner. Think Andre. Man, Demetrius Andrade ain't helping that dude. It's going to be a good fight, though. It'll be a good fight while it lasts. That's why I don't smoke or drink after people. Fanon will steal your girl. Nah, dog, I ain't stealing. And that's definitely not nothing I'm doing. And I definitely advise y'all against doing that. Okay? The quickest way to the funeral home is one of the quicker ways to the funeral home is fucking with people's women. Okay? One of the faster ways to the funeral home is playing around with people's women. No. Are you dating somebody? Are you dating that dude? No, thank you. I'm not in the middle of that. Nope. These dumbasses, yeah, yo chick chose me. So did this bullet. Okay, y'all acting funny. You acting funny. A lot of bullets behind stole girlfriends. Exactly. Yo, bitch chose me, and so did this bullet. Pop, pop. Kidding me? These insecure ass, crazy ass dudes can't get a woman anyway, and then you're gonna take the one that they get? You stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? These dudes can't get a girl. They finally got one, and you gonna try to mess with her? Dude, you gonna wind up underneath something. No. And here's another thing. Keep your business to yourself. You screwing around with a chick, shut your mouth. What do you have to run around telling everybody else what you did with this chick? Dude, shut up. That's when you know a dude ain't real. Like, why are you telling people who you with? Okay, boom, some shit happened. It happened. You enjoyed yourself, go the fuck home. Why are you telling your boys about the shit for? What are you telling everybody in town about that for? Stupid. Number one, that's going to prevent you from getting some more. And number two, if she with somebody, is going to lead him to your door. Because he can't do without her. He can do without you. Anyway, my boy is messing with this girl, is dating a cop, he about to catch me. Man, I never play with them dudes. I never play with them dudes. That's pillow talk, man. So what if a guy not letting her move forward? Then you wait till they move forward. Period. Kim, and if you're a female, no disrespect, but no, you got to work your business out. No, work your business out. Here's some golden rules for dudes to keeping you from underneath, the ground. If a girl could have done whatever she was doing, she could have with 15 dudes you know. The minute that she starts dating your friend, she immediately becomes a virgin. Immediately. You don't know nothing or remember anything about what that girl did before she started dating that dude, because that's just how you stay safe and be respectable. You say respectable, pay respect to him, pay respect to her, all that shit's in the fucking past, walk away. Another way to stay above the ground. If some dude and girl are going through problems, stay away. Because if he's hanging on, she might be wanting the dude to hang on. She might be dangling that dude. Like, oh, he's not letting me go. Really? Well, if he ain't letting you go, I'm not helping you get away. I'm not going to be your rebound. Because if she ain't, because you're going to be the rebound. Why you want to be a rebound? You a rebound. Being a rebound can get you dead or get your heart broke because you're a rebound. She's tied up with this dude for years. You're going to be the first dude to date her? Why? As soon as you screw up something, he's going back to her. She's going to go back to him. And if she does break it up, she ain't really there for you. You're there to get her, for her to get over him. No. Find somebody else that is not accounted for, dude, if you can. All right? That's my thing. Just don't do that. No, don't do that. Somebody got some shit with some chick going on. Leave her alone. Okay? Leave her alone. There got all kind of women out there that can't find a dude for nothing. What do you got to deal with a chick that got problems with a dude for? You know? That's not safe. Hey, you can do it, but that ain't safe in my book. Anyway, man, I want to talk about boxing. Shadow Knight said that's good advice, man. I'm telling you, don't do it. Just don't do it. That dude will be walking, man. That dude is going to start a fight with you. These dudes can't get chicks. They can't get them to begin with. And then the other ones, dog, the ones that just, no, and that chick might be using you to make him jealous. Oh, I'm with him. You ain't with him no more. Fa. And then you say something crazy to her, and she go back to find him. Oh, he hit me, pushed me up against the glass door. He was mad at me, baby. Oh, Lord, I miss you. You be sitting there with that chick, she be calling that nigga, missing him. And come and have him come get you. Don't do that nonsense. And that's just stuff that could happen. I wouldn't do it. Dexter Brown said, from Trinidad, enjoy your commentary. Stay strong. Keep up the good work. Stay balanced. Stay real. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, man. Jay Cooley said, man, we run them on. Hey, dude. I don't have problems with women. Let me tell you, and I don't know who you, Jay Cool. You know you're my dude, Jay Cooley. Let me tell you, I ain't never doing that. I ain't never doing that. I don't understand how dudes can do that, personally. I know it happens. It boggles my mind. Why do I want to run behind 5 other dudes in the same evening? With them in the room. For what? What good does that? That doesn't compute to me. That just does not compute to me. To me shutting the door behind me and handling my business and nobody knowing what my business is and then me leaving, that appeals to me. What y'all do. Okay? But just remember, I had a girl, real beautiful girl, was a friend of mine. Straight up friend of mine. Friend. Nothing romantic at all. And I was telling her about what I was doing, and she was like, oh, yeah, you're just a hoe. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, you just a hoe. You being a hoe. I'm like, it's like, what do you think? Women ain't using you? Like, you don't think they using you? That chick's using you. She call you over. You think you big man. She call you over. Bob. She get what she want. You leave. That you are a hoe. That's what the chick told me. I was like, never even got into my head. Hold on, man. No, hold on. What? Yeah, that's what she's doing. That's what she's doing to you. She caught her one. She put you out. Ain't that what happened? But you don't think they do that to you? He said, I was a little bitch, bro. Like, yeah, you don't know. You don't think they doing that to you? You think you running the shit when they call you and then they send you home? All right. You the man. Dog, look, man, we all humans, man. Women, men, dude. Look, other than the act of it, you said, I'm just saying, if she fucking your friend, treat her like she, I mean, dude, okay. J. Cool, I'm telling you, that's cool. You go do it. You got to do you. I'm just giving you a little caveat here. I think it'd be better to leave her alone. If she acting like, you know, whatever the word is you want to use, leave her alone. You know what I mean? Just leave her alone. That's no harm, no foul. She doing what she doing. She acting like this. She trying to come on to you, whatever, right? She wants something out of you. You can either give it to her or not give it to her. I opt for no thank you. I got 3 others that I can holler at where I ain't got to deal with that drama. You know what I mean? But that's, I mean, you got, hey, everybody got to do their own, man. I ain't judging you. I don't mess with thoughts no more. I mean, hey, dude, it is what it is, man. Y'all got to do you, okay? Y'all got to do you. TD Slims with you. But, hey, man, much respect, though, dude. We all got our own lives, man, things we do. What's up? What's going on, Rashad? Yeah, dog, just, you know, I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem very productive to me. But everybody got to do their own thing, dude. What's going on, Rashad? Nothing, man. We just talking. About to get back on this boxing, though, for the rest of this, though. Brother Fanon, you have to take a closer look at Joshua 2 banner. It's missing one major deal. What details are missing, Dale? What is it missing? Besides the truth. Fanon, did you hear that Yarde is only sparring his coach for the Kovalev fight? Nah, man, I didn't hear that. I don't know why he was taking that fight for money. He better knock that boy out or it's not going well. Oh, venue? Oh, wow. Okay, I'll check that out. Fanon, do you think Yarde will get stopped against Kovalev? I can't tell you, man. Because I've never really seen him tested. He looks very strong. He looks big, he looks strong. But that doesn't necessarily mean if his chin is iffy, no, he'll get knocked out because Kovalev can fight. Fanon, you think? Said I saw an interview with Lomo where he said he'd never do UFC. Yeah, why? He's making a lot of money just boxing. So did Aram look what happened? So did AJ look what happened to him? Yeah, so I'm saying. He looks big and he looks strong, but if he doesn't have a chin, he can get knocked out. Yeah, because Kovalev can hurt you. And Kovalev, the thing about Kovalev right now is Kovalev's got Buddy McGirt. And if he's listening to Buddy, and he listened to Buddy McGirt for that last fight. The fact that he listened to Buddy McGirt in that last fight tells me that I think, that, man, he might be crazy as shit, but he can fight. And Buddy McGirt knows that Buddy McGirt will break Yarde down. I am fully confident that Buddy McGirt can break down Yarde. You can break down Yarde. So if he listens to Buddy McGirt, I take Kovalev. Lennox sleeps AJ without a doubt. I mean, very little doubt in that. Yeah, it was Jay Cooley. Yeah, man. And much respect, Jay Cooley. I appreciate you saying that, man. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, reasonable people disagree all the time. AJ would knock out, Lennox would knock out AJ. I have no doubt about it. What was the reason AJ dissed Lennox? Because he didn't kiss his ass and he told that dude, I can't remember. I don't know what the context was. He just said he was a clown criticizing him and, he should be, he basically, I don't know, he called him a clown. The fact that he called him a clown was, I don't know why he called him a clown. That's enough, man. Did you get my email? I'm not in my email right now. Hold on a second. Hey, man, I got a new Patreon today. Thank you so much. Alphaism. Much love, man. Instagram story on Lennox Lewis. Dude, I wish this dude would stop taking all these fucking pictures without his shirt on. Always say it's how a clown is a clown. He can wipe his makeup off. His heart remains the same. No squares in my circle because G shit only. That's what AJ said this. Always say it how it is. Say it how it is. A clown is a clown. He can wipe his makeup off, but his heart remains the same. No squares in my circle cuz G shit only. Dude, fucking stop faking. Fuck out of here, man. Who are you trying to be? Fucking get out of here. What are you talking about? Who you, Snoop Dogg now or something? Fuck out of here. No G's, no squares in my circle. G, get the fuck out of here. Nigga, I did turn into Ice Cube. Shut the fuck up. He's a phony. That's where that's coming from. That's like me talking like that. G shit only. Why the fuck am I going to say that? Like, dude, that be killing me, man. That be killing me. That kills me. Dude, that's like me saying that. Yeah, man, G shit straight. Yeah, straight shit, ho. I mean, that ain't me. Stop trying to be fake. Stop being a phony. You phony? Dude, come on, man. Dog, that's what gets me. I hate phonies. I hate phonies. I hate phonies. Jeff Marshall said, how much leverage does Ruiz really have against AJ in regards to the venue in the situation where rematch clause has the venue as TBD? If it's to be determined, then he's got all the leverage in the world. Because if all it says is to be determined, that's not going to tell you who it is that's determining it. But it's the leverage is bargaining power. Think of leverage, and this is why I joined the damn Patreon. Look, man, will y'all at least, dude, let me know who cannot join the Patreon. I will put the audio up for these 5-part series somewhere for y'all. Because I promise you, this topic that I'm talking about with negotiating with difficult people is something that you need to know. And it's something that Black people in general need to know, and a skill set that you need to have, because it is talking to snakes. How do you deal with a snake when you have limited power over that snake? How do you get that snake? How do you get that snake? How do you charm that snake? I'm telling you, it is beneficial, okay? If you're in the Patreon, listen to it. Listen to it, and I'll point you to a book that you can read that will expound on it, or I'll talk to you individually about it. But y'all, my people, I'm trying to help you with this. This is valuable stuff. But I will tell Jeff Marshall the answer to this question is, it depends on who has the best alternative. Who has the best alternative to them not agreeing? That's how you determine who has the most bargaining power. If it's not who has the most money or who says what in a contract, it's they're in a negotiation for a second fight. If the fight does not go through, if Andy Ruiz says, if the negotiation fails, what is AJ? What is Andy Ruiz going to do if it doesn't go through? And what is Eddie Hearn and Matchroom going to do if it doesn't go through? What would happen to them, right? Whoever has the best scenario, right? That's the person who has the most bargaining power. So in this situation, if Andy Ruiz says, I'm not fighting Dillian Whyte, I'm not going to the UK, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia to fight him. I'm not doing it. Okay? Well, Andy Ruiz, what happens if you don't do it? Andy Ruiz has, my best alternative to that is I'm going to drop the belts. You sure, Andy? That's, if you don't do this, you know, what's your plan B? What's your best alternative to a negotiated agreement? What is your BATNA? What are you going to do if this doesn't go through? I'm going to drop the belts. If he doesn't give me a deal that is better than me dropping all the belts, right? And me going to the UK or me going to Saudi Arabia, right? If he doesn't give me the money for UK, and I'm not going to Saudi Arabia, I'm going to drop the belts. Or better yet, before I drop the belts, I'm going to go to court and I'm going to fight it in court for months. I might spend, how much you think that's going to cost you? Well, it's probably going to cost me $200,000, $250,000 in legal fees. And then I might wind up having to fight him. Right? So that's what I'm going to do. My first option is I'm going to go to court with him. I'm willing to pay $200,000 to fight it in court. Right? Now, or I'm going to try, and if they still try to do it, I'm going to drop the belts. What is the option for Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn? If they don't come up with an agreement, they're going to have to sue Andy Ruiz. But if they sue Andy Ruiz, they might not ever get a shot at those belts, which means they now have to go around fighting a bunch of other people to collect the belts. So Andy Ruiz can anticipate what you going to do about it. It's like this. It's like somebody says, like, look, man, I bought a sandwich for you, right? I bought a sandwich. This is my sandwich. I'll give you this sandwich if you give me $1, right? Okay, great. You hand a dude $1, and you give the guy your sandwich, and the guy doesn't give you $1. And then he says, what you going to do about it? Yeah, I know. I said I'd give you $1 for this sandwich. I changed my mind. What you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to fight you. But this dude is Deontay Wilder, and you are Tevin Farmer. What you going to do about it? Nothing is what you're going to do about it. This dude's going to eat your sandwich and walk away. Or you're going to call the police. Do you have it documented that it's your brother? No. So what you're going to do, you're going to walk away. And although he should have satisfied his agreement, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Right? Because that is bargaining power. Eddie Hearn is trying to artificially inflate his bargaining power by going to the press, from what I can see, and naming where the fight's going to be, telling everybody that Andy Ruiz doesn't have any power, doesn't have any say. So having these dudes like Mike Coppinger put on his pages that, oh, the contract's crystal clear, he has no choice. Andy Ruiz has a lot of bargaining power. He holds all the belts. And if Anthony Joshua doesn't fight him, then he's going to have to fight somebody else for the belts. And he's going to have to fight multiple fights for the belts. He will not be able to say he has 3 major championship belts, or the lie they tell about 4 major championship belts. People get this thing confused, okay? He said, I always make 2 sandwiches. Yeah, you got shit confused. He'll breach the contract and say, what, so what? So what? You know how many treaties countries sign and then turn around and you got it on a piece of paper and they look at you just like this? So what? Now what you going to do? Oh, you are a sovereign nation, huh? Oh, you're a sovereign nation. I got you. Oh, I got you, UN. We're not supposed to do this? Nah, we agreed not to do that? Yeah, you're right. We agreed. But what you going to do about it? What you going to do? You have an agreement, but that agreement's got to be enforceable. And what Andy Ruiz is saying is, I'm not going, because he feels like he can go to an arbitrator and have them come up to they're going to have to force me to go. Exactly, Mr. King, Mr. T. King. Y'all acting like, first of all, it's in the contract. Yeah, he's got to, or you know what the thing that kills me that y'all dummies say all the time? I told BFTB, shout out to BFTB. I told about this yesterday. Look, don't keep telling me he can get sued. You know what that's like saying? Eddie can complain. Eddie can complain. Ooh, you know Eddie can complain. That's what you're saying when you say he can get sued. Oh, he can get sued. Yeah, I know he can get sued. He can get sued anyway. So what? I can sue you. All suing him means is that you're going to complain about what he did. You have to have somebody enforce that promise. So you have to win the lawsuit. He can be sued. So what? Tell me why Eddie Hearn would win. And since you want to tell me he could sue him for all the money he would have made, really? What theory of damages is he going to base his claim on? And what are the requirements? What does he do? What are the requirements or the elements necessary for the court to give it to him? Because if you say that you spent money and relied on him, maybe that's it. Did he get unjustly rewarded? That's restitution. Oh, you breached my contract and you got unfair. You were unjustly enriched. You need to pay restitution. Okay, is that it? Is that what he's going to ask for? Are you asking for him to give you an injunction like he did with Rasim Rahman and stop him from fighting? Then you gotta prove irreparable harm. It's hard to get a court to sit there and give you an injunction. There's certain things you have to prove specifically related to the thing that you're asking. So shut up. Lewis did it to Rockman, but look, why? Mark Doherty. Lewis did it to Rockman. I read the court's decision. He asked for an injunctive relief because it would have proved irreparable harm to Lennox Lewis's career if they had not allowed it. What they said was they had to prove that it would be irreparable harm. That if they did not stop Hasim Rahman from fighting another fight immediately, that Rahman might lose the fight and Lennox Lewis would never be able to win that again. Why? Because Lennox Lewis was 36 years old and he only planned to fight for another 2 years. That's what the court said. That's their reason for issuing an injunction against Hasim Rahman. They said in order for them to say, no, Rahman, you can't fight anybody else, because that's what they did. They didn't actually order Hasim Rahman to fight Lennox Lewis. What they did was they just made it illegal. They just said they found not illegal. They found that they wouldn't allow him to fight anybody else before he fought Lennox Lewis. That's a subtle difference. But the reason that they did it was because of Lennox Lewis's age. That's why they asked for that specific damage, right? Otherwise, if he wasn't 36, if he didn't only have 2 more years left, if the belts got scattered, Rahman lost, right? If Rahman lost, it might not have been irreparable, not able to repair. Let me ask you a couple questions. Do those same facts apply to Anthony Joshua? No, because Anthony Joshua is 28. And Anthony Joshua, by his own admission, has another 10 years left in his career. That's not irreparable harm. It's harm, but it's not harm that cannot be repaired. The court in that decision talked about Hasim Rahman and said Hasim Rahman was young and he had years left to fight. He would get more chances at a championship shot if he had lost. That's what they said about Hasim Rahman. Hasim Rahman, that applies to, that's Anthony Joshua's situation. You can't just look at what the court does in one case without looking at the facts. Anthony Joshua is 28 years old and he'll have many opportunities to fight. The court could see that he could argue that he had many opportunities to fight for other belts. But that isn't the case for somebody who's about to retire, who's 36 years old, who had already been in a bunch of wars, who's 36 years old and been fighting since they were 10, whose bodies were breaking down. Yeah, that's the thing, St. Cruz in New York, right? In New York, in order to get an injunction against in that circumstance, the court laid down what the rule was. You have to show irreparable harm to ask for an injunction. Now, there's other things that they could ask for. They could ask for restitution, which is unjust enrichment. But then they would say, okay, if he got unjust enrichment, prove it. What money did he get that he didn't deserve? Right? If you spent money in reliance on him doing something, what money did you spend? You have to show damages. You have to show how that breach harmed you and how the court needs to, and why, and how specifically they need to enforce that promise. You can't just come out your ass saying anything. Oh, he's going to sue you. Yeah, he's going to sue me. He's going to lose. That's like you saying, oh, I'm telling Deontay Wilder, I'm telling you right now, Deontay Wilder, you better give me $100 or I'm going to come to your gym and I'm going to fight you with these hands. Put up your dukes, Deontay. Put up your dukes. You think he's going to sweat for 2 seconds because I'm coming to fight him? Oh, you're coming to fight me? Tell me what day you're gonna be there. Sounds good. I'll be waiting. Come on, man. That's what you're saying when he'll sue him. At Raider Time, say salute for 9 in the chat. LDBC and fan bro was on fire yesterday. Hey, man, thanks, man. But that's these people be talking like clowns, man, because they want to act like you want to act like you know something. You know, come on, man. Let those guys do that. Okay, like if I was having this conversation if I was having this conversation with the chief counsel for whatever law firm represents Top Rank, I would be sitting there like this, listening, because they're in New York. They've dealt with this issue before. They're experts on the issue. I have an understanding of the law as it relates to contracts, the enforcement, the formation and the enforcement of contracts generally. Technology companies in 2 states specifically. Y'all don't know your asshole from a nostril, so shut up. Talking about it, trying to threaten people with lawsuits. Ooh, he could sue. Let him sue. Let him sue. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, they're going to sit down and they're going to evaluate it. What's your chance of winning? There's always a chance that a judge isn't going to agree with you for whatever reason, because you got to make an argument to them and they issue their decision. And one court often, that's why you have an appeal. And you can appeal on certain issues and they might send it back down and agree with you on one issue, reverse you in part, affirm, reversed, and you go back and forth. And Al Heyman might be sitting up there like, yeah, I don't care. Keep on going. We ain't going to Saudi Arabia. And how about this? How about the fact that the dude isn't even arguing, isn't even saying he's not going to give him a fight? He's arguing about a certain term. And he's saying, look, man, there's nothing in this agreement that where I agreed or intended to agree to a fight in Saudi Arabia with a level 2 terror threat. Saudi Arabia has a level 2 travel advisory for Americans. Are you telling me that if Eddie Hearn says he wants to have the fight in Afghanistan, that I got to go to Afghanistan? Are you telling me that if Eddie Hearn said, oh, you know where we're going to have this fight? North Korea. We're going to have a fight in North Korea. Kim Jong-il and Eddie Hearn give a press conference, and we agree we're going to North Korea. Do you think that Andy Ruiz has to go here? Hey, you ain't got no choice. You got to go to you got to go to North Korea for the fight. No. Eddie, he won't even be allowed to go to North Korea for the fight. They'd be like, no, I can't go to North Korea because, number one, that's dangerous. It's too dangerous for me. And my government is telling me not to go. I'm sorry. I cannot perform that agreement. I can't do it. Okay? And on top of it, I need to look into bad faith and things like defamation and shit like that, just to see how that can affect. But anyway, one of the elements of proving a contractual breach, what is that? I will. Oh, no, you don't have to. No, irreparable damage doesn't go to the breach of the agreement. The breach of the agreement is you have to agree. You have to show that is that there was an actual promise intended, right? And that is there's 2 types of breaches. There is a material breach and a non-material breach. You can breach an agreement. You can breach a contract in a minor detail where the court was like, oh no, for example, I gave the example of a pool. Like you get a pool built in your house and you have 2 staircases that are supposed to be in it. They build 1 staircase and you say, oh, you breached my contract. I need to pay you. They're going to be like, no, you got what you bargained for. You got the substantial portion of that. You have an operating pool. Okay, that's just some minor detail. So you can fix that. That can be remedied. Okay, that can be remedied. That detail. Just they can either give you a refund of a couple bucks, or a little bit of money, or they can go in and they can have specific performance, and they can put the ladder in. Okay, you don't get out of paying, right? Because you got what you paid for, a pool. You're trying to argue about some little ass detail. That's a non-material breach. If you didn't build a pool at all, then that is a material breach of contract, and they can get out of paying you, because if they had paid you, they could say, oh no, you have to pay restitution, because that's an injustice. You have to return what you got that you didn't deserve, like the down payment. Give me my down payment back. You have to repay me, right? So that goes to whether or not, and then you have to have intended to do it, right? He could say, yeah, I said I'd give him a rematch, but I never said I'd give him a rematch in Saudi Arabia. I never said that I would give him I have to give him a rematch. I didn't intend to say that I would fight there. No. We got to negotiate that, and we got to come to an agreement. And they're not going to force you to come to an agreement. That's the thing too. The court, the government, the power of the state is not going to be used to force you to come to an agreement. It will only be used to enforce an agreement that has already been made. So if Eddie Hearn, if Andy Ruiz is saying, yes, I will fight him, and he never goes and fights anybody else, he just refuses to fight under those terms, then he's not even breached the agreement yet. He's just not, they're just still in the middle of coming to an agreement. So that's the whole thing. Like right now, he's not breached the contract by saying he's not going. He didn't fight somebody else. That would be a breach. Refusal, from what I understand. Refusing to do the fight or taking a fight with somebody else, that could be a breach of the agreement. But Andy Ruiz isn't even saying he won't fight. He's saying I will fight. But if you want me to do this, I want fair compensation. That's not fair compensation. And if you want me to go there, I need certain protections that you can't offer me. Come up with something better. And they could be in a negotiation forever and ever and ever. But guess what? PBC has experts that know this and will work that. Wilder, the type you put to sleep and still give you the wife to put you to sleep and still give you the $100. Yeah, I'm not fighting Deontay Wilder. Fanon, I agree with what you said in another video. The location may be fake. Eddie still wants to fight in the UK, and he's not fooling me. He was hoping Eddie would say he would rather go to the UK. Yeah, that could be it too. Absolutely. Well, you don't want to go to the UK. Well, we're going to Saudi Arabia then. I'm going to make it worse on you. So how do they resolve it from this point? That's up to them, how they resolve it. I don't know. They negotiate. How it works is, how it should work is you come together and you figure out where your zone of possible agreement is. Your ZOPA, which is coming up next in shameless plug, the Patreon. You have to come to a point where you're going to figure out how both parties can come to an agreement that works for both of them. Period. They have to hash that out. And quite honestly, they got to hash it out before that time goes in on that deal. But Eddie's not helping it by claiming that somebody's going to get stripped. Oh, if you don't hurry up and do this fight, the IBF is going to strip you. Dude, the IBF, I promise you, the IBF ain't going to strip him. Because there's a guy over there with the WBC belt that will fight him tomorrow. And it's in the WBA, it's in the IBF and WBO rules that mandatories, they may allow a unification to trump a mandatory. And there you go. And that's another reason why Anthony Joshua's in such a position of strength. Because he can fight Deontay Wilder for unification for a lot more money. A lot more money than $9 million. $9 million. That's why you got to come up off the dough. Eddie, pay him enough money where it's worth it. and stop being a jackass. Fanon, if AJ fights someone else before he fights Ruiz, will AJ still be able to sue? Again, Fahim, he'll be able to sue. The question isn't whether or not he's able to sue. I can sue you for anything. Okay? I can sue you. I have the right to make a claim. A lawsuit is a complaint. You're just complaining about something and you're asking the courts to enforce it. What you're wanting, the way to ask the question is, will they be able to enforce a promise that was made? And I don't know. I would have to read the agreement. But my thought on it is that if you acquiesce to Andy Ruiz fighting somebody else, that might make the rematch clause unenforceable because you acquiesce to it. When you'll see in agreements. What I forget what the name of this, what the term is commonly phrased as. I'm getting old, but there are provisions that people put into an agreement that says that if you relinquish a right, one right in the agreement, that all the other ones remain in place, right? So say you give somebody an extension on they're supposed to pay on a certain time schedule. You let them off the hook, right, on that. Generally speaking, that means you've acquiesced to that term, to the change in terms, and they can pay you late from now on, right? But that might, if that winds up being the case, but that doesn't mean that you have a termination clause in your agreement that says you can notify them within 6 perpetuity clause. That's called an evergreen provision. And that's really just the lack of an end, right? Because you got that's like a service contract. Service contract says it's going to, you don't put an end date to it. It just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But where is the WBA heavyweight? Is there a WBA heavyweight mandatory? I don't know. I can't tell you. Huh? Dude, I write agreements all the time that go on forever. They're called master service agreements. You can have a master service agreement with somebody, and you can have underlying statements of work. Your master service agreement does not expire. It can say this agreement will continue unless terminated by another party with or without fault, which means you can be my barber unless I tell you that it's over, which means it goes on forever until I terminate it. You have the right to terminate it. Other agreements end when there's significant, when there's gotta call my dad back. It just depends, dude. You can agree to anything, man. This is what I'm telling you. You can agree to anything. The question is whether or not it's enforceable. Why did this dude get timed out? Because he said, huh? Stupidity. Hey, dude, ignorance isn't punishable by banishment. You got a question answered. Yeah, master service agreements. That's like that. You know what I mean? You have believe it or not, you have a contract with the government to be a citizen. It's called the Constitution. It does not expire. Does the Constitution expire? No. Okay? That is a perpetual agreement. That is a perpetual contract. Okay? That's what the Constitution is. We as a citizens agreed to give up some of our rights in exchange and assign some of our rights to the government in exchange for them fulfilling it for us. Right? You agree to pay taxes. You agree to do or not do certain things, right? To live by their laws in exchange for them doing their job as the government. It is a social contract. That's what the Constitution is. And the Constitution does not expire. Okay? The U.S. Constitution does not expire. There's no end date on it. Okay? Just think about it for a second. All it is an agreement. You guys are trying to mystify something. It's not mystic. It's just an agreement. We and you agree to do something. And we all in our businesses, in our personal life, we agree to do things all the time. Okay, the question is there a public interest in making sure that people keep their promises. And yes, in our common law, in the U.S. common law, and in the UK common law, the answer to that is yes. And there's reasons why different people have different reasons why they believe that those promises should be enforceable. Because it's in the public interest to make people keep their promise. It is another one is that it's in the public interest to make sure that people aren't being mistreated and taken advantage of. Right? That's what you guys don't get into the details. Stay at the high level. It's just an agreement. You're just promising somebody something, and they're promising you something. That's a contract. The question is whether or not they're going to be enforceable. There was a point in time where if a man asked a woman to marry them, that if they said if the man then changed his mind, the woman could sue him. Because that was a contract. That was an offer. It was an acceptance, right? Her consideration was her saying yes. His consideration was he was going to actually go through and marry him. But at a point in time, the system, and I think that's still a law in certain places, but other people are like, that's not enforceable. Why wouldn't the government enforce that agreement? You guys just don't overcomplicate stuff, man. It's just an agreement. It's a promise between two people that the law, that the people with the power to enforce it will enforce. That's it. That's social studies. Hey, dude, that's not even Joseph Okundo. That's just social studies. That's social studies. You learn about the Constitution in social studies. Boxing live chat with brains. This is new to me, Fanon. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Oh, Bird said we appreciate the clarity and the education. Yeah, man. Look, that's all it is. Don't let people scare you to death with "I'm going to sue you." Okay, if they're going to sue you, they have to be able to win it. Number one, but people will play games because they might dig a hole in your pocketbook. So, like, if Eddie Hearn wanted to sue somebody on YouTube for saying something, you might just have to bend over and take it. Because you don't have the money. You don't have the money to defend yourself because it costs money to respond. It takes money. If a court with jurisdiction sends you something to say you have 2 days to respond, if you do not respond, we're going to find in this guy's favor, then you're in trouble because you don't have the money. Because you don't have the money to hire a lawyer to respond. And then they're going to enter in a judgment against you. That's the unfair. That's the rich gets richer problem here. But that doesn't apply to PBS, to the PBC. He might be able to try that shit with Tevin Farmer. You know what I mean? He's not going to try that. He's not going to be able to try that shit with Al Heyman. They got money. They're like, dude, you kidding me? Shooters on deck. Shooters on deck. And guess what? You're going to wind up paying me. I dare you. Because you ain't got a foot to stand on. You ain't got a leg nor foot to stand on. Because number one, Eddie, that's not what the contract said. That's not how we interpreted it. Number two, even if that is how we interpreted it, it was coercion. You gave the dude 2 weeks to sign the deal. He had 2 weeks to sign it because the fight was a last-minute fight. And he never intended to be bound by that. And it's a non-material term. You got your fight. And you can't show irreparable harm for Anthony Joshua. They can argue an alternative. They can argue in an alternative. Yeah, Deacon Doll said, I'm afraid to get married. Why? Because it's a contract. It's an agreement. You get married, you signed a contract. You entered into an agreement, but it's not the contract like the documentation. You entered into an agreement. And she has done things in reliance on your promise. And if you do not fulfill your benefit, which is to forever, right? Ain't that a marriage contract? It's forever until you die. You know how they say until you die. You want to break it. And they'll say, yeah, no, you can't get out of that contract now. Not for that reason. irreparable harm, irreconcilable differences? No, I don't believe you. No, you still got to pay her bills. Oh, you've been cheating? Slap you. You know what I mean? Anyway, it is what it is. But look, man, I appreciate y'all showing up. I hate doing. I want to see. No casual, real one. I am pretty sure Al Heyman, after all his experience tenure in the business, would allow the first contract to be drafted such verbiage that Eddie is spewing. He might have. People do stuff all the time. But Eddie lying. Eddie's just lying because he said two different things, not both of which cannot be true. So there's no issue. There's without a doubt Eddie Hearn is lying. Which he's lying about, I can't tell you. But he's definitely lying. Because when he said that there was when he originally started, he said there was a rematch clause. Just yesterday, he said that there's two separate contracts that were signed before the Andy Ruiz fight. One was the original fight agreement, fighter agreement. Somebody need to tell me what that damn thing's called. A match agreement, a fighter agreement, whatever the agreement is for the fight. He signed that, and then he signed it, but that had a rematch clause in it. And then he's saying, well, then he also already agreed to all the terms and conditions for the second fight. Yeah, but was there any extra consideration given? But which one is true? Did he sign one with a rematch clause, or did he sign an entirely separate fight agreement? Because if he signed an entirely different fight agreement, then wouldn't you have to have the fight regardless? If you won or not, why wouldn't you just have a mutual rematch clause and call it a day? I just think Eddie's a liar. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I've not seen any of the paperwork. Like nobody else that talks on YouTube has. Skill set, Spence check hook on Porter. You try to box me, see what happens. I'll put you on your ass. He knows that's true. Oh, he said you try to box me, you'll see what happens. Hey man, you're gonna try to get dirty with Spence, man. You know what it is. You know what the DI is. You know what it is. Farmer didn't want that smoke. No, he did not. The bout contract. Thank you very much, man. I don't know what that damn thing's called. Like I said, I don't deal with fighters' contracts. So, but I know Eddie lying because you can't say two things that are neither one. You cannot say claim two different things to be true, neither of which could be true if the other one is false. You know what I mean? One has to be false if the other's true and you not be lying. I will. Facts, he's a con man like Trump who like to use the word sue, card, bully people and to get what he wants. Iceberg nerd. Yeah, man. That's come on, man. But it works for some people who ain't got no money. Because what can you do? You got to defend yourself, and that costs money. But you can also countersue. Same time. Well, if I got to spend this money, you got to find some lawyer that's going to take it on a contingency. Like, and you find somebody that says, some counsel says, oh, this dude ain't got a shit. I'll take the shit on a contingency. Because I know I'm going to win this. We'll get these dudes to either settle or we're going to get them to drop it. And then they're going to have to pay me. Or I'm going to take it all the way, like a Gloria Aldridge. Like what she does, like she did with Floyd Mayweather. There ain't no way in the world that chick would have been able to sue Floyd Mayweather Jr. if Gloria Aldridge didn't agree to do that on a contingency, trying to get a settlement out of Floyd. Same thing that Gloria Aldridge did to Michael Jackson. Same thing she's going to do to somebody else next week. Come up with some half-baked shit, sue them, try to embarrass them in public, and try to get a settlement out of it. And if they go to court, then she'll get paid on a contingency fee, or she'll drop the shit altogether and walk away. Eddie said the bout contract is yet to be signed. Dude, that is not what that dude said. Not what that dude said yesterday. That's not what he said yesterday. I don't doubt that he said it today, but that ain't what he said yesterday. What he said yesterday was there is no other contract to sign. Andy Ruiz signed 2 contracts before the first fight. Before the first fight, there is no other contract to be signed. That's what the dude said. World Boxing News, the shit's still up. Nah, DJ Yeaman, I'm not going to do that. Let's be real. All promoters are snake. Eddie just the flavor of the day. No, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not excusing Eddie Hearn. I'm not dragging everybody. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to excuse Eddie Hearn by saying he's just like all the rest. No, Eddie Hearn is a snake. He is a snake. Eddie Hearn is the liar. I'm not going to pull in and say, who cares? There's a bunch of liars in the world. No, that's some way that you try to excuse his behavior by claiming it's normal. Eddie Hearn is not normal. He's not a run-of-the-mill promoter. He is not Bob Arum. He's not Don King. He's not Luda Bella. He's not Frank Warren. I've never, ever, ever seen a promoter that lies that blatantly, that often. Okay? Nobody. All right? Nobody. I've never heard of a promoter lobby to get a guy into the ring who tested positive for D-ball and then have the fighter get in there with gloves that weren't approved and hide it and then just get out of here. No, you're not going to do that. I'm not falling for none of them tricks. Okay? None of that, well, he's just like everybody else. Par for the course. Never mind, just look over there. Get out of here. No. Oh, they're both the problem. That's what you a lot of you Eddie Hearn supporters try to do. Like, well, it's just like everybody else. It's just like everybody else. No, he's not. And if he is, so what? He's a snake, and we're going to call him a snake and going to hold him accountable for being a snake. You just try to excuse it. Or like, oh, it's both parties. That's what they did too. Like when it was so blatantly apparent that AJ was ducking Deontay Wilder that you couldn't even make an argument to the contrary anymore. What'd you do? Oh, well, it's both of them. It's just both of them. Nah, dog. It's not just both of them. It's Anthony Joshua. Okay? He said, Fanon got going for the banana in the tailpipe. Hell no. You ain't using none of your stuff. You're not going to come on here and agree with me to death. Okay? That's my trick. You ain't using my trick. I'm going to call you out on it. You're not going to agree with me to death. All right, you agree with me on all that stuff. Thank you. I win. Walk away. Let's focus on what it is. I don't want to hear all this shit that you agree with me about. I want to know what you don't agree with me on so we can talk about that. You're not going to agree with me into a hole. You're not going to elevate Eddie Hearn by dragging everybody else down. Okay? Everybody else is here. Eddie's here, right? Everybody, this is above board. Eddie's here, below board. So instead of, because you can't justify pulling Eddie up, you sink everybody else down. No, I'm not going for it. TC the crisis. Stop your cheap shit. You make, oh, you know what? You're right. You don't get paid enough. I agree with you. You're not getting paid enough, but I'm not going to give you any money that you deserve. I'm just going to take everybody else's pay down. Now, you're paid like everybody else, right? Now, never mind that I get all the money that I'm not paying to you, but at least you're treated fairly like everybody else, right? Oh, will you pay me more money? I'm going to relive that just in case you didn't catch that. Just so you didn't catch that. Just in case you didn't catch that. You say me, you're not paying me enough money. You're paying people more money than you're paying me. I want to be paid fairly. I get $10. You're paying everybody else $15. And then he was, oh yeah, you're right. So instead of giving you $15, I'm going to give everybody else 10. Now you're getting 10 like everybody else. Aren't I being fair and unbiased? No, you're not. You're taking $5 from everybody else and you're not giving anybody what they deserve. What's this dude saying? I see this dude. What about Heyman? Hey, what about Heyman? I've never heard him lie ever. Never heard Eddie Hearn lie. I've heard Eddie Hearn lie. I've never heard Al Heyman lie, not once. Never caught him in a lie, ever. I ain't never caught him a lie. Never. Oh, yeah, great analogy. That's what they do when they try to do that. That's a cheap debater's tactic. That's why I say go to the Patreon. Name the game. Okay? Name the game. See, what he did is I listened to what he said. I was like, okay, what is he trying to do? Oh, he is trying to get me to acknowledge that everybody else is doing what Eddie Hearn does. No, not going for it. Eddie Hearn is a snake. And I'm not going to say everybody else is a snake just to normalize that. Because that's what he was doing. So what I did was I named his tactic. What is he trying to do? Once you know what somebody's trying to do, that allows you then to deal with it. They say, what about Al Heyman? Oh, you trying to get me to say that Al Heyman is perfect? I don't know if Al Heyman is perfect or not. I highly doubt he is. I've never caught Al Heyman in a lie. But the subject isn't Al Heyman. The subject is Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is the one that put the guy in the ring under D-Ball, under the influence of D-Ball, and didn't let Oscar Rivas know. I'm talking about him. Don't get corny with me. That's what Teddy Atlas does. You listen to Teddy Atlas and you smell you full of shit. The whole both sides bull. Yeah, exactly. It's BS. It's you trying to change the subject onto somebody else. Oh, well, you know he's not the only snake in the world. I know that. That's how we know he's a snake, because we've seen this before. Anyway, man, I'm gonna get off here. Much love to everybody in the super chat, everybody in the chat. I have been running over on KQKC time way too much. Way too much, and that is my bad. And with that, I'm out. Peace.